Chapter 9 of Wildflowers of the Farm by Arthur O. Cooke. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Maida Savares. Chapter 9. In the Cornfield. One morning early in July, while we are having breakfast at Willow Farm, we ask Mr. Hammond if he thinks we shall find any flowers in his wheat field. The farmer laughs and says he hopes we shall not, but he is very much afraid that we shall. As we are here on purpose to look for flowers, we are glad to find them anywhere. Mr. Hammond thinks more about his crops than about flowers, and does not care to see a single blossom in his corn, however pretty it may be. We are soon at the field, and there is no mistake about the flowers being there too. Close to the gate, where the weed is not quite so thick as elsewhere, there is a splendid patch of scarlet poppies. This is perhaps the very brightest wildflower that we have. Some plants, as we have seen, are annuals. Others are perennials. An annual only lives for 1 year. The plant springs up from the seed, grows through the summer, and in the autumn or the winter dies. A perennial lives for many years. The flowers fade and fall as those of annuals do. Even the leaves and stems may droop and die. The roots and lower part of the stem do not die. They live in the ground through the winter, and in the following year fresh stems appear. The white clover which we found in Ashmead is a perennial. The crimson clover is an annual. If you sowed a patch of your garden with poppy seed, you would have the flowers growing there year after year. You might therefore say, "Surely the poppy is a perennial. I only sowed the seed 1 year, yet the poppies appear again and again." That is because the plants sow their own seed. The flowers faded, then the seed cases shed their seed upon the ground. Next spring the seeds produce fresh plants. Most annual wildflowers sow their own seed in this way, but we must not mistake them for perennials because year after year they grow in the same place. In your patch of garden, you can easily prevent the poppies from growing more than 1 year if you wish to do so. All that is necessary is to pick off every flower before it fades. Then no seed will fall, and you will be rid of the poppies. Mr. Hammond might do the same, you think, if he wishes to rid his field of poppies. But you see, there are many poppies growing among the weeds all through the field. To get at each plant and cut off all the flowers would trample down the wheat and do more harm than good. All that the farmer can do is to have as many weeds as possible hoed up while the wheat is young and short. Even then, many more come up later in the spring. The seeds of the poppy have no pappus like those of the thistle and some other plants. They are not blown far away by the wind, but fall close to the plant. There are, however, an immense number of very tiny seeds in each seed case, as we see by opening the round cup-like case on a stem from which the flower has fallen. This great number of seeds add to the difficulty of getting rid of poppies. We, I am afraid, are hardly sorry that the poppies are among the corn today. The glorious scarlet blossoms give a rich, fiery tint to the whole field. On a poppy plant close to the gate there are several blossoms. Some of them are fully open, some of them are still only buds. You see a difference between the open flowers and the buds at once. The open flowers stand upright on the stalk, the buds hang down. Here is a bud just opening. The green case called the calyx, which contains the scarlet petals, is already partly open. It is splitting in half, and the flower will soon be out. Then the calyx will fall off. Here is a blossom of which the calyx has just dropped. The 4 large scarlet petals, 2 of which are slightly larger than the other 2, have lain inside all crumpled up, not neatly folded, as is the case with most flowers. Yet in a very short time after the calyx has dropped off, the sap will flow into the petals and will smooth them out. They will be as glossy, smooth, and shining as the other blossoms fully open on the plant. The brilliant poppy is more beautiful than useful to the farmer and the bees at any rate. Most flowers contain nectar, but the poppy has none at all. If the bees come to it, it is for the dusty yellow pollen to make into wax. The seed pods of some flowers open when ripe, and the seeds fall out. In others the pod or case does not open, but rots away. The poppy has a different way of scattering its seed. There is a ring of tiny holes in the seed case, and through these holes the seed is shaken out. The leaves are long, but vary a good deal in size and shape. The stems are covered with stiff and bristly hairs. End of chapter 9.